Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host, Chris Dices, and we're here to talk about a review. We don't do many game reviews, but every now and again, we see a game and we get a bit of interested in it, and we decide to give it a go and review it. And you can hear a bit of music already. This is a game called Forma.8. Have a see of it there, and it looks really, really good. So there we go. And it's a wonderful game. It's a it's a really interesting game that I wanted to talk about. So the game, just to give you a bit of a drill about some of the game descriptions of it, you're exploring a sort of open world of secrets, ancient mysteries, power-ups, things like that. There is definitely a sort of a Metroid-y, veiny sort of vibe to it. You are sort of on this planet, you are separated from people and companions, you would say, and you need to find, by the look of it, sort of these energy balls or sources and things like that, and all sorts of visuals and things like that, which is quite surprising in that. When I was mucking around in it, and I'll show off a few pictures off to everyone. Some of the scenes are really nice. And I was very, very impressed by some of the graphics and things like that. The movement and the play of it is quite good. I was quite hooked into it sort of immediately by the graphics and the look of it and the sort of environment of it, a bit of a gloominess to it. So just some pictures here. Oops, hang on. Some images here that we can show off. So you can see some of the screenshots. Some of the game images, which looks really nice. And what I liked about some of the bright colours is fantastic too. So looking at these sort of details and things like that, there's certain power-ups in that. There's a little spark, there's a little bomb that you can let off and it explodes, and you can sort of use the bomb and use the spark to sort of push the bomb into different directions and things like that, which I thought was pretty neat. One of the other things that I enjoyed about it was the exploring aspect of the game, and the sense of loneliness, I guess, is very interesting. There's been one or two other games that it kind of reminded me on the Wii U and on PC and that. And as I continued to play with it, I just sort of kept on getting into it. I will say that the first level that I played, the first few, there's definitely some easy spots, and then the difficulty does kind of ramp up a bit if you're not prepared. I would say sort of take in the whole environment and sort of make sure that you don't rush into certain sections. Do keep an eye on different things on the screen, make sure of that. Overall, I felt like the game was really good. For its price, it's about $15 on the Australian eShop, which I felt like that was a really good price. They could have bumped it up to 20, 25, might have paid for that. But I think the price is at a pretty good sweet spot. There's good content here, and I think the people at Mixbag did a pretty good job out of this, actually. I wasn't too sure about the game at first. I booted up, and I was, impressed by it. I felt like it's a really good game. I think maybe some of the criticisms is maybe a bit more of a guide on how to get through certain things. There was a couple moments where I was a bit stuck Sort of the big snake boss towards the end of the first world, I felt quite lost. I wasn't too sure what I was supposed to do in that situation. It took me a little while for me to figure it out. So maybe a little more guide and direction. There's a couple more modes, normal and hard. Little struggle on the normal mode, but I was still happy with everything that came out of it. So I think overall the game is really good. I would definitely recommend it if you're into this sort of genre of exploring and sort of finding things for yourself and that sort of alien type, different civilization. I like some of the mechanics of pushing through the wheels and finding the keys and things like that. Yeah, you sort of get wrapped into that little world. And I like the little storyline through images and pictures and moving images and that. And just showing off a little bit of the storyline here and there made me interested in the game more. So I was quietly impressed as I went along playing this game. And I think that's part of the reason why I did request to review it. I looked into it, and we don't do many reviews because we don't have the time at times, and I only like to review certain games that I really like and sort of piques my interests. So I was impressed by it, but the bottom line is, yes, I would recommend you buying this game. It's a good price, it's a good game, there's good content, it's well made, no bugs or issues that I found, and it was a very, very cool little game. I think one of the things just before, make sure you keep your health bar up and avoid fire, because you're going to get your ass kicked a bit in this game if you're not careful, because you can easily sort of doze off a bit, or you get a bit too confident and the game sort of just goes. So keep your eye on the ball at most times, I would say, for Forma.8. So it's a good game. So go check it out on the Nintendo eShop. It's out pretty much all the different regions, I would believe. And go check it out. Good work, Mixed Bag. So that's it from me, and I shall see you next time on Nintendo Ninja News.